And we are live. Thank you very much, guys. Hope we're all well. Everybody in the chat, big up yourselves. Diesel's back, but this time with a nice little twist because I have a special guest. And I was going to keep it a surprise, but I was so excited by it, I had to put it on Twitter and Instagram, so the cat's out the bag, isn't it? But anyway, before we get to that, let's just quickly start with who's in the chat. David Dundas, big up yourself. Randy Viper, my brother, my cousin, my mate, my idol, my role model, my G. I think he's talking about me. Poet, didn't know it, all of that nonsense. Randy, big up yourself, mate, up you well. We've got Warren's Team Talk, we've got AJ Byte, we've got Craig Malloy. Who else we got? We've got the lovely Joanne Smith as well. Hope you well, darling, sweetheart. Mike England is in the chat as well. And that is about it for now. Okay, so without any further ado, my special guest, here he is, the legend that is Jez. Here he is. Come on.
Evening, Diesel. Evening.
This is going to be fire, Jez.
In the chat. Nice that they're all putting comments on there. And let's give Diesel's channel a massive support, yeah?
Come on. Yeah, nice one. Do you know what? It's actually growing pretty nicely, actually. Slow but steady. So I tell you, this YouTube it's bloody hard, isn't it? Yeah. Do you know what, Jez? I've always said, if I was the other way and I was a massive Arteta in, and I was one of those deluded ones, yeah, I guarantee I'd be on thousands by now.
You'd be about 10K in about a day.
Oh, easy. God, I'd be creaming it, wouldn't I? But
no.
Unfortunately, I just can't do it. So, yeah, hope you well. Kabir, there you are. Diesel and Jez. Hope you well, mate. Nice one. Thanks for joining us, everyone. So, very quickly, guys, if you look, judging by the thumbnail, I've titled it, Will Arsenal get top four? Not can we, because we all know we can because of the position that we find ourselves in. The question really is, will we? Will we get it? Will we bottle it and not? Or will we actually stand the course and get it? And that's really what I want to talk about. But very quickly, Jez, we were just speaking about the game last night. And I've got my own thoughts on that. One thing I will say is we all said, if you like, the litmus test will be, obviously, last night against a team who are fighting for the title. So, and I've always called Arsenal, over the years, I've always called us, the term I like to use is flat track bullies, right? Meaning we tend to beat the teams we should be beating. But my worry is when we come up against a team like Liverpool last night, who, by the way, weren't at their best. No Salah, right? So, Firmino's on the bench. And you're looking at it thinking, and I was actually pretty confident. So the last stream I did, I said to the guys in the chat, I'm actually a bit confident. If I didn't think we'd win, I thought Liverpool would win purely because they're going for that title. They have to win. I know we have to, but they have to, right? So that's the only reason why I thought they might just edge it. But I'll be honest, I didn't think they would win it as easily as what they did yesterday. And what I mean by that is I saw an Arsenal side who, in my opinion, Jez, I don't know about you, for the first 45 minutes, I thought we played all right. I thought we bottled it. We looked scared. And if the example I want to use, and if anyone can remember this, Rocky IV, right? And this is the perfect example, in my opinion. Ivan Drago, when he fights Apollo Creed, and he's allowing Creed to punch him a few times, all right? So Creed thinks, oh, this is all right. This is going really well. The minute Drago's coach goes, right, now, bang, turned on a sixpence, turned. Yeah, and that's what Liverpool did last night. They thought they'd let us mess around, and then when it comes, right, boys, now, look, enough playtime. Now, let's get serious. Let's start playing. Bang, it's just shifted. That's how it looked to me. What do you think? What's your thoughts?
Absolutely. I thought the first half we looked quite threatening. And I'll just go back. My match prediction, my heart told me we were going to win 2-0. My head told me we're going to lose 2-0. And we lost 2-0. So basically, my head knows better than my heart. So, that's my love for the Arsenal. But we did okay in the first half. But unfortunately, second half, a few players disappeared. Liverpool upped their game. And as you quite rightly say, Diesel, they're fighting to win the Premier League. So they will. And they have a great depth in their team. They've got class players. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
We've got a bloody awful central striker in lack of threat. Bloody awful. Let's get it right.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got to go, man.
Yep.
I'm sorry. He just, his time is done. And we could get on to the ABBA thing, but I don't see the point. He's gone. He's done. And he's doing great stuff at Barker. But my question I ask myself all the time about Arsenal, depth of squad. Yeah, when we look at our bench, where is the depth in our squad? Because the only people I can see any decent sat on that bench is Pepe. Yeah.
Yep.
And dare I say it, and I say this with a deep breath, El Neni. Nketiah is absolutely pony.
Yep.
And the thing with Arteta, he is just so predictable. Every manager in the Premier League knows nearly to the minute when he's going to make a substitution, and he knows who he's going to sub on and who he's going to sub off. So, if you're playing the likes of Klopp, Tuchel, Pep Guardiola, yeah,
and
I'm going to come on to this one. Saturday away at Villa is not an easy trip.
Nope.
Gerrard, yeah.
I like him, I rate him as a manager.
Oh, he's a clever fucker, man.
Yeah.
And going to Villa Park is not an easy place to go and play. You've been there. I've been there countless times. It's a difficult place to play football. We got done 1-0 last year. Right? Now, everybody's bigging us up, Diesel. Oh, we're in fourth. Okay. Well, the 3 games in hand we had, we're now down to 2. And we go away to Villa Park Saturday at midday. Now, let's look at Arsenal's history of playing at midday. Ain't great. Ain't great. And I saw a very sad fact in the fact that Arteta moaning about the fixture congestion. Well, Arteta, let's call it right, mate. You got that game last night postponed. So you brought it on yourself, mate. So don't sit there bleating about it. Think to yourself, Mikel, I'll be nice, Mikel. Think to yourself, how are you going to dig us out of the crap? Because you failed in the January transfer window to do any business when we needed to do business.
Yep.
Right. And now we end up 4th, maybe, and that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
In the Champions League with what we currently have in this squad.
Yeah. I agree. So the thing is as well, Jez, everyone's sort of there's a large consensus, right, from a lot of the Arsenal fans. I don't know if they're true Arsenal fans, but let's just call them Arsenal fans, right? They're going on like top 4's done. It's sewn up, right? And I said on the stream, on the last one I did, I guarantee if we do get top 4, you'll be seeing street parties outside, you'll be seeing a parade, open top bus, you'll be seeing, and that's what I mean. We talk about it all the time. When you talk about levels, we've managed to keep ours, even if the club who we support have dropped theirs. And I say this all the time, that word subliminally. A lot of these Arsenal fans, whether they've wanted to or not, through the club dropping theirs, the fans have automatically dropped theirs, whereas we haven't. And obviously we do get a lot of stick for that. But it's like, I always say this, Jez, like the best way I can explain it now to a lot of Arsenal fans, I've got a lot of friends who are Arsenal fans, and a lot of them are Arteta in. So I sort of say to them, it's what you want as a fan. If you're happy with top 6, top 8, then this is the manager for you. Lacazette's the striker for you. Granit Xhaka is the midfielder for you. If you have aspirations to win the league, or at the very least, Jez, be in contention to win it. So like now, it's Is it Man City or Liverpool? Man City, Liverpool, Man City, Liverpool, Man City. Right? I want it Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's one of those three. We need to be up there. If that's what we want as fans, he's not the right man. Lacazette needs to leave. Granit Xhaka's not the midfielder. It's literally what you want as a fan. What you want, what you want. You know? And there's too many fans who just want to go to the games, go to the pub, have a couple of pints with the boys, go and watch a game with goals. Arsenal losing is irrelevant. They want to see goals. They want their money's worth. Leave the stadium, go back to the pub, and have a couple of pints, go home. They've seen a game. Arsenal have lost 3-2, but they've seen 5 goals. They've got their money's worth. There's a lot of fans like that, you know, and I don't understand that mentality, that logic.
The thing, Diesel, look, mate, you are so right. The fan base at Arsenal and other clubs, I hear it from friends of mine who are Chelsea fans and they're season ticket holders and all that, is you've got so many what I class, and no disrespect to them, are just away day fans. Because when I say away day, I don't mean they're going away, but they're going to the Emirates. They go once a year.
Yeah, it's
a big outing for them. You know, and some of these guys, fair play to them. They travel from abroad, spend thousands of pounds to go to a game at the Emirates, where you're paying 90 quid for a ticket, 7.50 for a pint of beer, 15 odd quid for a burger and chips, which is a load of shit. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
And they're quite happy to do that. Now, I can't knock that. We have to realise football has changed, and Arsenal are a franchise all around the world. You know, I mean, you go on holiday. My wife and I went on holiday to America 5 years ago now. We were literally, I swear to God, right? We're going down Route 66 in America.
Oh, nice.
We put into this hick town. Hick. I mean, really, it's like something out of a cowboy western movie. Oh dear God. And this guy, we walk in. All we wanted was something to eat, a loo break, and move on. We had another 200 miles to drive. And you won't believe this, right? We stood there, and this chap comes from behind. He's probably in his 50s. What can I get you? Da 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 da. We had a Coke and whatever, this, that, and the other. And this young lad came out, about 12, with an Arsenal shirt on. I said, "Oh mate, you're an Arsenal fan." And he went, "Yeah. I love Arsenal. Watch them on the telly and all this and all that." I went, "Oh, great." And he said, "You sound like you're from United Kingdom." I said, "Yeah, I am. Yeah, I was born in North London, Islington, where Highbury was."
Yeah.
No, he didn't know Highbury, but he'd heard of the Emirates. So I had a good time chatting to him. Now, this is how bizarre the fan base of football clubs, not just everybody, football clubs around the world. Now, that I said to him, "Do you ever think you'll get to see Arsenal at the Emirates?" He went, "Oh, I'd love to, I'd love to, but to get over there, and this, it cost my dad thousands of pounds." I went, "Okay, fair play," but it just sums up, doesn't it? Now, football, of where the fan bases are.
Yeah.
There's guys I chat to on Insta from Canada, from Alaska. Yeah, you think, dear God, really?
Yeah.
Africa. I chat with two guys from Australia. And this one fella, fair play to him, big up to him, came from Darwin, Queensland. Yeah, flew all the way to watch Arsenal, Tottenham 2 years ago. Arsenal, Tottenham 2 years ago. And he came over. He only spent 5 days here. So I had to say to him, big up to you, mate. Big up to you.
Christ.
That's a massive, massive journey.
But you see what you just said there, Jez, right? And I say this all the time as well. Anyone who's ever watched Arsenal in pre-season, you know, that sometimes, well, most of the time we go to the Far East because obviously, if we're being honest, it's money, isn't it? It's the only reason we go there. So as much as managers moan about the journey and how long it is, well, they have to do it. They're obligated to do it because it brings in the big bucks, right?
Yeah.
But no matter where Arsenal go, and this is what I say to Arsenal fans, anyone who doesn't believe that we are a big club, yes, we're big in this country. We are big. We're massive worldwide. Arsenal will pack out no matter where they go. Anywhere in the world, they will pack out that stadium. That's a fact. That's not even an opinion. And until you've seen that in the flesh, and no matter where you go on holiday, you will see kids in Arsenal top. You will, right? We're big.
Massive, huge. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Man United biggest, Liverpool second, Arsenal third, Chelsea fourth in success and fan base. Now, it's and I'll tell you the other one, which is incredible from history times. Whenever I don't know why it is. Whenever I've been to Spain and Portugal, you always see loads of Leeds United shirts. Loads of Leeds United. Don't know why. But back in the day, mate, they were a massive.
Oh, Leeds, yeah. They're up there.
Huge. And anyway, get back on point. Talk about Arsenal currently is we. In my belief, we're faking it. We are currently faking it. We've got to a fourth place position. Are we going to maintain it? To ask your question, Diesel, that you put in, it's a banana skin, man. Saturday is a massive banana skin because going away to Villa Park, as we said, is not an easy. It's not an easy game. They've got some good players in that team. Who, Danny Ings, he could undo us. Coutinho, a player we were after, a player we wanted, supposedly. So I wouldn't. I'll give you my match prediction for that one right here and now. I'll give you a 1-1 there.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, a draw.
But it could quite easily go the wrong way, and we end up on the end of a 1-0, 2-0 defeat. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Just to answer a guy in the chat, no, that's not a Bentley badge, man. I'm not in that league. I'm not. It's a Jaguar Owners Club shirt. Sorry, man.
SNK, big up. You know what, Jez, right? So, Aston Villa away. I rate Gerrard. I do. I really do rate him, right? I just think he's a good manager. His players are playing for him. Coutinho, he's doing the business since he's been there. He can turn it on. I think what I like about Villa, they've got a nice blend of flair, but also hard-working players, right? So you look at like a John McGinn, the amount of distance he covers. I've always been a big advocate of a John McGinn, very underrated player. Does all the hard yards, But obviously, when Grealish was there, Grealish gets all the headlines. But for me, John McGinn is the engine in that midfield. So it's sort of similar. Those are the games where I worry because they're the games where we're going against a hard-working side, and it's which Arsenal turns up. If you look at the Arsenal last night, yes, I didn't think we'd get smashed yesterday. In the past, yes, we have improved, and I've said that on here. Credit where credit's due. I'm a massive believer in that. But I just looked at it and I thought Liverpool weren't great. I'm sick and tired of teams beating us when they don't have to be at their best. And that is what annoys me, Jez. Now, we've got a lot of fans off the back of the run that we've been on, gassing up Arsenal, talking them up and all of that. That's great. I didn't see any of them come out and say anything last night.
No.
I'm not saying we played terribly, but for me, it was more a case of there was a lack of bottle. you saw there's one side who were going for a title, and there's another side who were going for top four, and it was so blatantly obvious to see who was who, right? And for me, it's the case of they'll let us mess around with it, but when they really want to turn it on, and what I like about Liverpool, Jez, they're up there, right? They're up there. I've seen them in games where because what Liverpool do is from the first whistle, they just suffocate you, right? And I think what I like about Liverpool, they could be 3-0 up, and I'm still seeing them busting the gut. Arsenal could be 3-0 down, and Arsenal aren't working anywhere near to the level of what they are, and they're 3-0 up. You know, and I think that for me is what sums up the Arsenal. That's why in the past I'd get gassed. I would. Now I've seen the script. You know, we win 4, 5, 6 games on the trot, great. But when I look at the teams who we've played, they won't say, I'd say, convincing wins. The last couple of games we've been playing really well. Odegaard's been playing really well. But these are the games I look at and think, you know what? That's the level I want to be operating at. You know, and when I see that Chelsea and Liverpool, was it the FA Cup final?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the FA Cup, wasn't it? What a game. That's the best game of football I've seen in a hell of a long time. And I come on here and I said, that's the level I want to be operating at. And we are light years away from it. Is he the man to bring that back? For me, no. If you want top 5, top 6, keep him. Keep him. But if we want to be spoken about in the same conversations as a Man City and a Liverpool, no, need an elite manager. And all I keep thinking, if he's doing okay with this team, what would a top-class coach do? So if Arteta's at a level 7, a top-class coach coming in ain't going to be any less, is he? It's going to be higher. So that's how I look at it.
The thing is, it amazes me that the love for this Mikel Arteta I get it with the youngsters because they've never seen Arsenal win. They've seen Arsenal win FA Cups. They've never seen Arsenal win a league championship, so they don't get the hype about it. They don't realise what it means as a fan to see that. Now, you're quite correct in what you say. Is Arteta is okay, but he's not great.
No.
He's not going to take Arsenal to the higher level, right? Eighth he achieved. Will we get top 4? We don't know because we've lost one of our 3 games in hand. We're away to Aston Villa. I think then after that we got Chelsea. Is it Chelsea? I can't remember. But, you know, these are big ask games. So let's not all hype it up. You know, I've had guys last night, you know, like you do. You get the ones in the chat after you've done your fan cams, Kenny and I doing player ratings. And it just strikes me that these people accept where we are. Oh, we're doing great things, people are saying. I mean, one guy I took down at the start of...
Yeah, I think Static mentioned something about that. No, was it Static? Someone in the chat. I think it might have been Warren, actually. Something about Jez, like the way you took down someone last night was absolute class.
Yeah, I just quoted what he said. And then he got ripped to pieces by other people in the comments of the in the chat. Now, this is the problem we have. People will accept the middle lane. Now, I don't accept it. I expect the best. Now, let's say when you're doing your job, Diesel, or when I was doing my job, you always did the best to your ability. When you've got your football team who have won against Leicester, Watford, well, okay, I mean, no disrespect to Watford, but not great. And then you capitulate every sodding time against the top boys. You know,
and don't forget, we've played Liverpool 4 times this year, Jez. 4.
Yeah, and lost. And how many goals we conceded? 6, 8, 6, 8,
Yeah.
6, 6-0, something like that. And it becomes the point where you think, well, okay, we need to move on. We need somebody that can actually take us the next couple of steps up the ladder, because I don't want to be sitting here looking for 4th place, 3rd loser. I want, as you rightly said, I want us to be challenging Man City, Liverpool. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, we used to beat Man City.
Oh, with ease. With ease. Yeah.
And now they are our nemesis. And Liverpool, all right, let's get it right. Liverpool have always been a bit of a one for Arsenal, apart from around 298 to 2006, let's say. We I mean, Liverpool going to Anfield is a tough place anyway.
Yeah.
But when they used to come to Highbury and the early days of Emirates, we pretty much used to do them. But now it's nothing there. Now let's get onto the squad, depth of squad, because everybody gassed up, and I did. Fair play, I did. I gave Odegaard, Partey. The last game, Leicester, they played great football. Let's get it right.
No, they did.
But yesterday, in my book, they went missing. Odegaard, particularly after about 30 minutes, just disappeared. And I don't know what he was doing. Saka, I think I really rate him. But yesterday, whether he was tired, I do not know. He just. I mean, come on. He caused the second goal, man. With that what he did. But okay, everybody makes mistakes. Fair play. One in 5 games happens, but we just do not have the depth. And why do the same thing, Arteta, every single game? Yeah, you're playing Liverpool. You just played Leicester, right? So Klopp is going to have watched that video of that game a couple of times. So mix it up. Let's mix it up now. Let's not start Saka, and let's put Martinelli in the middle, right? Let's put ESR out on the left. And let's put on Pepe. Yeah. Let's put Pepe behind Martinelli. Yeah. Let's have Partey there with maybe start El Neni. Give El Neni 45, 50 minutes. If he doesn't do it, let's mix it up and bring back on Odegaard.
Yeah.
Change it about, man. Don't be so bloody predictable.
And that's the word, isn't it? It's predictable. When you look at Martin, do you know what, Jez? This is one thing that really annoys me, right? You see, like there's this thing at the moment for Lacazette. There's a lot of fans saying, do you know, I've never understood this rubbish about keep him because he's really good in the dressing room. 200 grand a week for someone who's just going to go around the dressing room and do what? That's what the coaches are for, right? So we got coaches. We employ coaches for that. So I don't understand all of that nonsense. This guy has got, I think someone said it earlier on, 6 goals in 20-odd games. It's not good enough. He needs to go, but there's still a lot of Arsenal fans saying, no, do you know what? Keep him. What do you mean keep him? Why? Because he works hard. And 200 grand a week. That should be the benchmark. That's minimum.
8 games, Diesel.
Exactly. I'd rather see Martinelli up there. Put Martinelli up there. Because you've got their centre halves, Van Dijk, Matip, right? They're lumps, right? They would rather play against a Lacazette than what they would a Martin. Trust me on that. They would fear playing against Martinelli a lot more than what they would Lacazette. Because Martinelli's nippy, he's quick, he's skillful, he's got flair, technique. He can get around him, get behind him, play off the shoulder. Lacazette ain't quick. Yeah, I don't know. I look at, you're right, Jez. We're just predictable. And I thought we wilted. The first 45 minutes in the past, after half an hour, in the first half, when the whistle goes, we'd probably be 2-3-0 down. We wasn't. There's a part of me thinking, surely these players have got to smell a little bit of blood. Surely. We've held them at bay and we've played all right for 45 minutes. This is the second best team in the country at the moment. So surely that should be a massive boost to all the players in that dressing room. But also, that's where Mikel should be in there saying, boys, in the past, we'd be getting smashed right now. We're not. Do you know what I'm saying? Take it as a positive. They come out and they bottle it. Marley's getting the goal and that being disallowed, Jez. In my head, I'm thinking, right, surely the boys have got to wake up. They've got to think, that complacency that crept in, now that's gone. That's out the window because that's woken us up. We got away with that one. Right, boys, what we're going to do for the first time, let's keep it tight. You. There's no leaders, Jez. There's no leaders. And that's what gets me. Right? There's no one saying, look, we got away with that. That can't happen again. We've got a chance of winning this. We're at home. We're playing. We're in form. We're in form. Liverpool's last 2 games, they've won. They ain't been great. So surely, but it just seemed like someone, pressed the light switch and Liverpool just moved up a gear. And even then, they weren't 5th gear. It was probably 3rd gear. But that was enough, more than enough to beat us. And that's what gets me. If they was at their best, Jez, and they beat us, you got to hold your hands up. To play like how they did and still beat us comfortably, and that's the 4th time this season, it doesn't sit well with me, mate. I'm sorry, it don't.
Well, no, I mean, it's... All right, the first goal was soft. I think Ramsdale was a bit slack. Any goalkeeper conceding at the near post, it's always bad news. That's fair. But, last night, when we played Leicester, we played with some passion and intensity. We had them on the ropes. But last night, at no point really did we have Liverpool on the ropes. They were quite comfortable. They were absorbing the pressure. And as you say, they came out the second half, got into 3rd gear and did us. And that, I think, is all down to pure lack of mental strength and lack of Arteta being able to up the ante, mix it up, because I'm sure when Liverpool went in at half time, 0-0, Klopp, being Klopp, was giving them a serious bollocking. And now the fact, and I'm going to make this statement, right? I think the difference with some of the players, well, certainly at Liverpool, the players respect the manager. He's an achiever. He's been there and he's done it. Arteta has won an FA Cup, right?
Yep.
He wasn't a great player. He was a bang average player. He was a Wenger panic buy, 10 to 11 on transfer deadline day, because fans were demanding new players. And we bought him off Everton. And wasn't great, be fair. And he's not great as a manager. So I've seen comments from people said, oh, well, he's learning his trade. Well, fuck off and learn your trade, mate, down at Gillingham. Yeah. Right? Because you ain't good enough to learn your trade at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah? Arsenal Football Club, let's get it right, people, are one of the biggest football clubs in world football. Thanks. And I don't care for all the little Mickey Mouse Arsenal fans out there who want to say, oh, well, it's early days, this, that, and the other. Let's get it fucking right, mate. And this is what winds me up, Diesel. I apologise for that.
No, mate, listen, on the edge, you say what you want.
the fact is,
I'm
Arsenal
not sponsored like the other channels. I'm not sponsored, mate. So don't worry about all that. Go on.
are one of the biggest football clubs in Europe. And I will put that into contention with the fact of you've got Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, right? Yeah.
Yep.
The first English football club to win a European trophy was Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah. Major trophy. Yeah. The second was Arsenal. Sorry, a lie. After Man United win the European Cup was Arsenal, who won the Intercities Fair Cup. Right? So Arsenal won the most FA Cups. Arsenal have got one of the biggest fan bases in world football outside of Man United, Barcelona, Real Madrid. And for anybody who don't like that, go and look at the facts.
Yeah.
Now, Arsenal Football Club, yeah, have not been outside of top flight football since 1913. Yeah. So let's not sit here, you little Arteta sexuals, and talk to me about the history of Arsenal and what Arsenal can and have achieved, because you know absolute bollocks. I have seen Arsenal since I've watched Arsenal at live games since 1969. I've seen us win doubles. I've won us this, that, and the other. And, you know, I won't accept mediocrity. I want this club to challenge. I really do. You know, I don't want us to be every season kicked up the arse by Liverpool, Man City, yeah, struggle, go down the White Hart Lane. Now we've got to go down there, and our record down there ain't great lately. And you know, everybody says about Tottenham being our biggest rivals. Well, only because they're only a mile and a half down the road, not even that. Man United was always our biggest rival.
Facts.
Fact of the matter is, it used to be Arsenal, Man U, Arsenal, Man U, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And I say this all the time, Jez, right? To a point where even Dennis Bergkamp, do you remember when he came out and said he was asked about Tottenham as their rivals? And he said, no, you haven't a lot. No, Tottenham, that's just a game we play twice a season. The real rivalry is us and Man United. The way he spoke about Tottenham was like they're an afterthought. That's just a game we have to play. They're not rivals. And you see that mentality there. That now is we're looking over at them all the time. And it's back in the day, Tottenham, who? Oh, it's just a game we play twice a season. No, we're not looking at that. That's a formality. That's done. Before we've even stepped out onto the pitch. That's done. Next game after that. We're looking at the next game. Do you see what I'm saying? There's levels to it. You know? Facts.
I find it funny, really, that people can't evaluate the difference between achieving success and being average.
Yeah.
Now, you know, Tottenham are an average team. Somebody tell me, what have they achieved apart from going to a Champions League final and losing? And Arsenal did that. We did that, so that's fine. Now, what have Tottenham done in the last 20 years, 25 years?
And do you know what? That ties in very nicely to this comment, Jez, because Danny's a Spurs fan, right? And what he's saying is so true. You're talking progress, playing well. So we played well against City and Liverpool, but we still lost. Well, that's bollocks, because Spurs are undefeated against City and Liverpool. Yet I'm not here sitting there talking about progress. This is coming from a Spurs fan, right? Yeah. They're undefeated against them too. But you don't hear Spurs fans, with all due respect, you don't hear them saying, oh, we're making... Whereas with us, yeah, we lost, but we played really well, though. You know, he's getting it right. No. Do you see what I'm saying? The difference it is.
Fair play to Danny. Fair play to you, mate, because you realise the difference. And I'm sure, as a Spurs fan, you don't accept average. You want to see your club strive on. And, I mean, having grown up where I did grow up, opposite Highbury and all that, it was always the talk was come Derby Day, Arsenal, Spurs, Arsenal. It's a massive. It is. Let's not get it wrong. It's a massive, massive game. It's huge. But back in the early 70s, it was a massive, massive game, and always has been, and always will be. It's the North London derby. But when you want to put it into context of who you are challenging to win the league, it's always Man United, Liverpool. Especially in 70s, 80s, it was Liverpool. 90s, into the thousands, it was Man United.
Yeah.
And we can all remember the massive battles. All the crazy stuff that happened with Man United on and off the pitch.
Oh Christ, yeah.
Players, Arsenal getting deducted 4 points, I think, in George Graham's era, something like that, whatever it was, and all that nonsense that went on. But you had to say, well, Arsenal are competing, and we don't now. We don't compete for fuck all.
No,
we didn't compete in the FA Cup for 2 years running. Arteta, Southampton knocked us out. Then Nottingham Forest knocked us out. Yeah, we get to the Carabao Cup semi-final. Who knocks us out? Liverpool. No, who you? Right.
And even then, they weren't at their best.
No. And here we are again. We've got a rearranged fixture that Arteta arranged because he called COVID, right? Yeah. And we get done 2-0 at home again. And he moans then about fixture pile-ups. Well, mate, get ready, because if you get top 4 next season, we're playing Saturday or Sunday, Champions League, probably not for very long. Let's get it right. Yeah. Probably not for very long. And then Saturday, Sunday again. So make yourself at home, Arteta, and, I just don't get why people get the ump when I just say he's a prick. And Flo, I just said it. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, go on, Flo, that's for you. Do you know what? It's mad, right? When you think Arsenal play once a week. I think we were probably the only team around that time because we had a piss up in Dubai, the one that Jack Wilshere joined them on. Right? It was a jolly up, if we're being honest. That's what it was, right? There's been a couple of occasions, Jez, where we've played a game and then we don't play our next game until 12 days later or something.
Yeah.
And this guy's talking about like a fixture pile up, and you think, well, hang on a minute. Managers and players have been calling out for a winter break for how many years? You actually had one. I don't get it. It's a poor excuse, but no one brings it. And everyone says, "Oh, I get some comments sometimes." But Emery, you must have loved Emery. No, I don't. But I believe in equality, Jez. If Emery, and I say this all the time, if Emery had come out with nonsense like that, he'd have been pelted, right? But yet, when this guy does it, nothing gets said. He doesn't get challenged. He's very well protected. And I just think, well, hang on a minute. What's good for the goose? Do you know what I mean? And I just think, well, surely that's got to go both ways. How can he moan? We've hardly played. We should be as fresh as anything. Liverpool last night looked fitter, stronger than us.
Yeah.
They did. They did. And yet we're the ones really, we're playing once a week. Top 4 should be sewn up already. If we're talking about fitness. So I don't know, man.
I'd like to see these guys. I mean, let's get it right. These footballers are peak of health, peak of fitness, we like to think. Right? Can you honestly imagine them I mean, they only train 3-4 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're free to do whatever they want. And they're wrapped up in cotton wool all the time. I'd love to see them do a 5-day week, 8 hours a day.
Oh, Christ. Jez, you know what? I totally agree. This is why, right? It annoys me a little bit when people go on about Saka. Whenever Saka has a good game, great, brilliant. But whenever he has a bad game, why do we always throw out, oh, he looks tired? He's at his age, he's probably one of the fittest players there. When I look at a Cristiano like Ronaldo at 37 doing what he's doing in this league at this level, and I know I'm not comparing him, but Ronaldo's a machine. But it just goes to show this is a young lad. As you just said there, Jez, they train 3 or 4 hours a week. All the other, the other time in the day, they're doing fuck all. They're doing what they're doing, right? Got their mansions, got the model misses, all their cars and stuff like that. Every time he has a bad game, he looks tired. But no one said he looked tired against Leicester.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, he had a bad game. It's as simple as that. Players do have them, and there's too many excuses for a lot of this team. Ramsdale, don't care what anybody says, he should never have been beaten like that at his near post. I don't jump on Ramsdale because you know what? The season he's had, you'll allow him to make, he will make mistakes.
It happens.
Yeah, no, I've not seen one person jump on Ramsdale, and rightly so as well. If that happens another 2-3 times in the next couple of games, then obviously we've got to talk about it and whatever, right? But I don't get it. I don't get what these Arsenal fans want, Jez. I don't get it. See, we're talking now about we've tasted winning. This is why I can't stand Arsene Wenger, because when you've won leagues, you've won titles, Jez, you get a taste for it. There's a term. There's winners and there's serial winners. Serial winners are they're the type of managers, Jez. When you win it once, you get such a taste for it. It's like it's like burger and steak, right? You have burger every day. You have a steak for the first time. You can't go back to a burger.
No.
You've just hit a precedent, a benchmark. Anything less than steak, no good. No good, right? And some of these managers are like that. I watched Klopp last night, embracing his players. My God, Jez, these players love that man. And when you see him on the pitch, having a laugh and a joke with him, giving him a cuddle, they will run through brick walls for this man. Klopp is a god in Liverpool. He's a god. God. I love that. I love that charismatic. I love it. I look at our manager. You're talking chalk and cheese. Jekyll and Hyde.
The thing is, Diesel, it was exactly what you've just endorsed there. Was exactly like how players did at Arsenal for George Graham.
Yeah, yep.
Did for Wenger in the early days.
Yep.
Yeah. They would, as you quite correctly say, they'd cut their throats rather than lose.
Yeah.
That was what they wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a guy a minute ago just put a comment in there about Arsenal might never be a league winning team again. The thing is with Arsenal, you have to look at Arsenal. They are for Arsenal's whole career, apart from maybe that iconic period in time before any of us were ever born in the 30s under Herbert Chapman, when they went league, FA Cups, league, right? Yeah. Arsenal have this thing that they seem to go through great times, bad times, bad times like this. Now this coming season will be the longest. I think it's 18 years, I believe, is the longest time between Arsenal winning a league championship. Next season, it will be 19 years. So if Arteta is still here, well done, mate. You've broken another record. He likes breaking records at Arsenal, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All the wrong ones.
Yeah.
This is Arsenal. Arsenal, apart from when we had Jules Graham. Well, Herbert Chapman, Bertie Mee, can't so much Terry and Neil, but Jules Graham, Wenger have achieved great success in those periods of time they've been at the club. Now, that's a long period of time, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, all that lot. And then you would go to the 50s, we won FA Cups, and 48, we won the FA Cup and all that. But then you have to go all the way through to 70, 71. Then you go through FA Cups in 77, 78, 70. We won one. And so, the point I'm trying to make here is that Arsenal don't have a massive record of success. We win a league. We win a league, then we'll not do it. 2 years later, we win an FA Cup, and then and then we might win another league. Then we win the FA Cup league. But that, I think, is one of the biggest problems at Arsenal Football Club, is there's no instilment of continual success. Man United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest back in the 70s, late 70s, they did it. Man City, Chelsea currently, they can do it.
Yeah.
Now,
but there's a demand there, Jess, though, isn't there? See, like this is where a lot of people go wrong, because they automatically put it down to money. I'm not saying that money doesn't play a big factor, but then saying that, we've spent. Do you know what? There's still a lot of Arsenal fans who go on like we're paupers, like we've hardly spent anything, like we're Scrooge. We've spent bundles of money. Not only that, Jez, we've also got bundles of money. But it's not just the money. It's about it's ambition. You know what I mean? So money is a factor, but it's not the be all and end all. As you just said there, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. At the moment, there is a demand to win. A demand. It's not a case of like it is at Arsenal, where I'll just do your best. Yeah, just do what you can. No, those clubs, we need to win something every season. That's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Premier League or Champions League, one of them. That's non-negotiable. You have to do that. You have to do that. And because of they have that attitude, the managers are always on their toes. Thomas Tuchel, when you look at what he's done at Chelsea, right? If he loses 3 games in a row right now, he's looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
3 games. That's all he's got to lose. 3 games. What he done last season was irrelevant, as I call it, Jez. Fish and chip paper.
Yeah.
Fish and chip paper. Whereas we still go on about our Mikel Arteta in the FA Cup. How long ago was that? Do you see what I'm saying now? It's levels, but you really have to simplify it for some of these idiotic fans. Like do you not want to see your club win trophies? Do you not want to go down outside the Emirates and see the open top parade with all the players and the big? Don't you want that? Like I don't get why you don't. I just don't understand it.
I think the problem is, Diesel, is mentality pumped out by Arsenal Football Club nowadays is, I refuse to go and look on the Arsenal website because it's absolute PR bullshit. And Arsenal PR accepts mediocrity. I mean, dear God, their press conferences, it's so pre-scripted, that, what was it? What was that one? At Watford. They were talking about some absolute prick was asking about coffee.
Yeah, I saw that.
Coffee? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're talking about coffee, right? We're not playing a team in Colombia, where it's great coffee. We're playing bloody Watford, man. Yeah. Now, the thing is with a lot of the Arsenal plastic fan base that we have. Let's get it online. Online. I'm not talking about the real ones that go and the faithful that go home and away. A lot of these idiots I don't go on Twitter because they're full of crap.
Yeah.
But I've had a couple of weeks ago. I had this fella, right? Now, I said to him, I don't know where he come from. He got me on Instagram. I said, yeah. I said, what? He said, oh, I'm going to smoke you. I said, oh, fair enough. I said, for what reason? You don't know shit, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. And it went on, So I replied back to him. I said, why have you got a picture on your thumbnail of Turkish? aftv, Turkish, London, all that.
Yeah.
And he went, no, that's my mate. I said, well, why are you texting me from 2 different accounts, which have both got a picture of Turkish?
Wow.
No, that's me. I said, no, mate, that's Turkish. I said, I know Turkish. I've spoken to him. I know him.
Yeah.
Not great. I'm not mates, but I know him. And then all of a sudden, within literally 5 minutes, he changed his thumbnail picture on Insta to something else. So I said, what's your problem, man? What's your problem? And he went, well, you fucking talk shit and you don't like Arteta, this, that, and the other, and that. I'll meet you any time you like. I said, fair play, mate. Yeah, I'll meet you. Said, where do you want to meet? He said,
exactly. Do you know what I mean?
He said, I live in Edmonton. I said, well, Edmonton's a big place, mate. So he said, I'll meet you at this road. I said, well, okay, when? I said, look, mate, I'm not violent, I'm not that sort of person. I'm happy to have a talk with you. Nah, I'll fucking smoke you. And I said, what? You going to give me a cigarette or what? What are you doing, man?
Mug the geezer off.
I said, I don't smoke anymore. I vape, but I don't smoke. And he was like, well, I'm going to bring a load of mates. I went, okay, fair play.
What? So you're going to bring a load of mates? What, for little old me? Oh, bless.
I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do, mate. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do.
Oh, Christ.
I said, I'll tell you what. How about, I can't make it tomorrow because this is now a Saturday night and it's late. How about Monday? I'll meet you at Arsenal Tube Station, get Gillespie Road, and I said, I'll bring a few of my old mates who you might want to meet as well. And he was like, well, who's that then? I said, well, you ever heard of the Gooner Elite? No. I was like, fuck off. I mean, like, what are these kids about?
The wrong side of them, Jess. I'll say that now.
I was like, I said to him, have you ever heard of the NBA? Who's the NBA? I fucking laugh me off for this. You see, you talking about the basketball league in America? And I went, no.
That's how you know, innit? That's how you know. He's a kid.
It was the old North Bank Army, mate, but don't worry about it. Do you know how old this kid was?
Go on.
14.
14?
14.
He's talking like that to you. He's 14.
Yeah.
Hey, Jez, but am I shocked? No. Because, like, we all get it, don't we? Like, we all get some of these. I seem to always get it around half term. That's how I know it's kids.
I don't, have these people not really got a life? That they've got to sit in their little box rooms, having a wank over Arteta and basically talk bollocks. Because if you are actually educate yourself, maybe research the history of the club that you supposedly love, you might have a different opinion of what you want to see Arsenal achieve. Because I want to see Arsenal win a league every year. Now, we know that's never going to happen and we have to accept that. But we want to be contesting, don't we?
Yeah.
We want to be in the FA Cup. We want to be in the the UEFA Champions League. We want to be up there punching for the title. If I was like a boxer, which I'm not, I wouldn't enter a fight knowing I'm going to lose, because what's the point? I want to actually win that fight. So that's what I want Arsenal to do. I want Arsenal to enter that fight in the league at the beginning of August and win. I don't want to be led by an inadequate manager that can't bring us there. Simple as that.
Yeah, and you know what, Jez, right? Tell me, I know you agree with this, right? But obviously, I'm type of person. I always try and use analogies and obviously simplify it in a way where everybody gets it and they see what I'm trying to say. You know, I'm talking about Arteta now, and yes, he's done very well recently in the run. But I'll put it down to it's what you want as a fan, right? And I've always used this analogy, Jez, of you've got a canteen, right? You've got the top, you've got all these tables, you've got the top table right at the front. You've got Klopp sitting there having his dinner. You've got so you got Pep, you got Klopp, Tommy Tuchel, Simeone, Conte. They're at that top table, right? Got tables behind Brendan Rodgers, and right. Arteta walks in. He sits down at that table with all of those top grade A managers. Looks out of place. Looks out of place. That is what I'm saying. You know, you got these players in the dressing room having a laugh and a joke, talking amongst each other, talking about the weekend. Mikel walks in. These players ain't, oh, sit up. It's Mikel. Shh. Yes, boss. No. He walks in, they're like, yeah, whatever, Mikel. Anyway, so, and that is how I visualize it. I see like someone like a Simeone. He walks in the room, players will shut up. There's an instant respect. You see the way Harry Kane's talking now at the moment about Conte? Because those Spurs players are thinking, they're still, even to this stage, as I guarantee, they're still thinking, oh my God, wow, that's Antonio Conte over there. Oh my God, that's Conte. Oh my God. Yeah. Just see, so when people say to me, I don't really care who the manager is, it doesn't really matter. Of course it matters, because I want top players here. Mikel Arteta will not attract top players. I'm sorry, he won't. You know, and for that reason as well. So if we do get top four, Jez, we want to go for it. So that means investment in the summer. We need strikers, minimum 2. Exactly. We need to revamp that midfield. Xhaka's got to go. We need pace, power, strength. That's what we need. But any top quality players that we go for, we're joining a long queue. And sometimes how you get those top players is the manager. As much as I knocked Wenger had an aura about him. Wenger could make the call personally. That player's coming. You know why? Because he was so revered in the game. I will give him that, Wenger. I'll give him that. Mikel Arteta, he rings. You're having your dinner. Mikel's on the phone. Do you want it? No, I'll call him back. No.
Well, it proves it, didn't it?
You know what I'm saying?
We laughed at Vlahovic. We offered Vlahovic more money than Juventus, but his statement was he wanted to achieve things.
Thank you. And if you read between the lines, he didn't come out. And this is what I'm saying. Anyone who's got a bit of common sense, a bit of savvy, would have read what he said. What he's basically saying, they've probably missed. What he's saying is, Arsenal ain't winning nothing. Juve will win, and if they don't, they'll come bloody close. Arsenal are just happy to top 6. Yeah, that'll do us. You know, because don't forget, all these players know each other, Jez. They all talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I said that for months. Now, you know, let's get to the point. We were talking. We were talking. Right. Let's say Arsenal get top 4. Let's say we get there. Right. So here we go. Now we're now in the Champions League. We're unseeded. For the first time in 25 years since we've been outside the Champions League. Right, 25 years. And let's get it right, people. Arsenal Football Club had the longest run of qualifying in the Champions League. Even better than Barcelona and Real Madrid. Right? Yeah. Now, we go into the Champions League next year, unseeded. So we could end up with Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, God knows who. Good knows who. Right? So unless Arsenal can do a massive attraction and spend serious money, and I'm talking serious money, probably 200 mil, right? 200 mil to get two top strikers, 2 top midfielders, a decent better than we've got right back, a backup left back, yeah, and another good top quality defensive midfielder. So we're talking serious dollar here.
Yeah.
Right? So we go in that Champions League with this manager, with his continual week in, week out, same tactics, same substitutions, almost to the bloody minute that we'll bring on, we'll take Lacazette off, Nketiah comes on. Yeah, nice one. Well done. And then we've got Odegaard, right? Oh, okay, we'll take him off for either Saka or Pepe, right? If Pepe's still here.
Yeah.
Now, we could bring back Saliba, having a great season.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
Great season. Yeah. And let's see what happens there. Now, so let's see we end up with our nemesis in the Champions League, Bayern Munich. Yeah. We always play great against Bayern Munich, don't we? Right. So we end up with them, right? And we end up with, let's say, I don't know, Lille, let's say they qualify. And we end up with, let's say, all right, Atletico Madrid, let's say. Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you think we're going to do against that lot?
Yeah. No, I agree. Do you know what, Jez? Like, the thing is, this is where me and you may disagree a little bit, right? Because I know a few of the others are big advocates of this. What's the point in being in the Champions League? We're going to get smashed. If we can't win it, what's the point in being in it? Whereas I don't agree with that. I want to be in it. I think we need to be in it. We should be in it. We're big enough to be in it. And I think, see what you said there about Bayern Munich. Do I generally think if we played them right now, would they pummel us how they have? Maybe. I don't think Bayern Munich are as good as what they were. Have we improved a little bit? Yes. I don't think we would get smashed. We get beat. I'm not saying we wouldn't. Would we get smashed? I don't think so. But then saying that, for me, I look at the Champions League like the lottery. You've got to be in it to win it. Now, when someone says to me, yeah, but there's no chance of you winning it. And yet I look at the Spurs side, Danny's in the chat, he'll agree with me. The Spurs side who got through to the final and lost, but that was a poor Spurs side, if we're being honest. I know we did it and we got through to the final, but we had a proper good side. They didn't. You know, and sometimes it's not always the best teams who win it. Sometimes you get that luck. Rare, I get it, it's rare. But you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be in it. And for me, Arsenal are a big club. We need to be in the biggest competitions.
I totally agree with you.
Otherwise, what are we doing here? What are we doing? You know, and I think for me, that's where I sort of sit with it. If we get smashed, we get smashed. But I'd rather, we need to be in it, Jez. We need to be in it. It's as simple as that. Arsenal, a club of Arsenal's calibre should be in the biggest club competitions in world football. That's just how I look at it.
Look, I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree. You know, I miss Arsenal not being in the Champions League. You know, I've seen, I've been some. You have, I have. We've been some great games. Seen some fantastic performances in the Champions League. You know, I mean, that night I remember being at the game when we beat Barcelona 1-0. You know, I mean, it was a party occasion. But I want Arsenal to be in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong. But with the current team we've got currently, it will be an embarrassment. Yeah. So I think if the Cronkies, if we get in to the Champions League, we have to have a major investment. Lacazzette's got to go. Xhaka has got to go. We need another decent. Sorry, Ben White to me is not good enough.
No,
he's okay. He had a great game. Don't get me wrong. he had a great game against Leicester. Can't fault him. But you need consistency. You cannot have a player have a 1 in 3 performance. You have to have consistency, the likes of which Man City have got, Chelsea have got, back in the day, Arsenal had, and Man United had. Now, we have to get to a point of achievement where we set a level. And the level has to be, in my book, you enter that competition, you have to invest. And if you want to win, which I don't see the point in going to any competition if you ain't going to win.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have to invest. Now, if Arteta achieves that and we get fourth, we get in the Champions League unseeded, then he has to be backed. Now, he has been backed. He's been given £250 million. But I ask you this question. With the background of the people behind Arteta, Edu, Vinay, Garlic Head, are they the people to make that decision on the right players? I say no. I'd say no, because they like to go cheap. Arsenal in the transfer window we're linked to every player on the planet of Earth, right? Oh, we're linked to him, we're linked to that, this, that. But we never achieve it.
Yeah, war chest and all that. How many players? I mean, Julian Draxler was one. That went on for ages, every year. Gonzalo Higuain. You know what I'm saying? And I do think there's a large part of this is to obviously push the fans into renewing their season tickets. I do think that plays a big part. Whenever we hear about war chest, and Wenger even come out and said it every year, war chest in the summer, right? My question to you, Jez, is this. A lot of fans are saying, obviously, Arsenal need to upwards of, say, 200 million, right? Arsenal fans saying we need 1 or 2 players. For me, we need five or six. For what I want to win, for what I want to achieve. Same as you, Jez. 2 or 3 new players ain't going to cut it. We need 5 or 6, right? And also, there's a lot of players that need to be bummed out as well. Just say, for argument's sake, they give Arteta, we get top 4, they give him 200 million, right? This is where a lot of us have this argument with a lot of fans. It's all right them giving him this money. That's great. That doesn't mean that we necessarily get those players that we want, because, you know, and that's where for me, when people say it doesn't really matter who the manager is, in my opinion, it bloody well does, because if we want top quality players, enough of this youth, I want to see a blend. I believe in youth, don't get me wrong, Jez, but it can't all be youth. There's got to be a blend of experience and youth. You blend them both together, right? Now, we've got the youth here. What we need now is hardened, experienced, top draw players to take us to the next level. Those players will have their choice of clubs, right? You know, now what it might come down to, you got the Arsenal, just say you got, let's use Spurs now as an example. Now, we'd like to think 8 times out of 10, they're going to pick Arsenal over Spurs. But you see, Conte, that for me is the deciding factor. Because if you're taking a call, one from him and the other one from Mikel, I know who I'm choosing. You know, and for me, that's what I say. Having all the funds, having the 200 million, the 250 million, that's all great. But Jez, we've still got to convince these players to come to us. That's not easy. Especially when we're joining a queue, because any top quality player is going to have the likes of Man City, your Chelsea's, your Newcastle. Let's not take our eyes off them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
And let's get it right. Those clubs you just mentioned, Diesel, they're all going to be looking for players.
Oh yeah,
in the summer. Now, you know, it's odds on that Man City are going to get Haaland. Yeah, you know, there's not many clubs, probably outside of Newcastle, and he ain't going to go to Newcastle. They've got the funds to buy that fella. You know, they can offer him 500 grand a week. You know, I mean, I don't agree with those figures. I think it's disgusting, but that's football. So, and you've got it's Pep Guardiola, you know,
Yeah.
a world-renowned achiever. Can we sit here and say, well, we've got Arteta who worked with Pep Guardiola? No, because Pep Guardiola has achieved everything apart from winning the Champions League. Now, you know, we know that Man City, their biggest thing they want to achieve is the Champions League. So I would not be at all surprised this summer if they go out, they get Haaland and they spend big because they can.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got Pep Guardiola on your ear, say, look, mate, I really want you to. What? Now, apparently, we're simply again linked with this a while. Been going for 2 years, yeah?
Yeah.
You've got Pep Guardiola. Look, I really want you to come. I can see a real good place for you in this squad. Oh, hello, Mikel. Yeah, okay, right, yeah. You think you might get through to the quarters? Yeah, well, okay, Mr. Guardiola. Yeah, I think, I can see us. I can see with your team setup, we'll be in the final. Oh, Mikel. Well, what? I might not play every game because you want me to switch through Xhaka. Hello.
This is what I'm saying, Jez. So on the one hand, you've got Pep, who's basically all he's talking about is winning. Yeah. Right? Winning. We are looking to win that tournament. We are looking to win the Premier League. Okay. Anyone who finishes above us has won the league. That's how good we are. And then on the other hand, you got talking to him. We're hoping to get top 4. Champions League. We're pushing to get to the quarters. Our aim, our remit is to try and get out of the groups and qualify for the groups and get to the quarters. So you're hearing that on one hand, and this guy, all he's talking about is winning. It's like Tommy Tuchel. Anyone who watches Thomas Tuchel in an interview, all he talks about is winning. That's it. And that seeps through into the players, Jez. You know what I'm saying? So when Arsenal are on a good run, and we're now looked at, us guys, we're looked at as Arsenal won and they're still bloody moaning, negative, what is wrong? You're not real Arsenal fans, all that. And I look at it and I just think, do you know what? If anything, you're the negative ones because we've been here before. Do you know what? I said it the other week, Jez. Isn't it funny how Arsenal are winning all these games because there's no pressure on them? Arsenal always do that. When there's no pressure, right? No cup competitions, we can't win anything this season. There will be probably pressure on us now because I think now we're favourites for top 4. So the pressure will creep in, which wouldn't surprise me. We've got Aston Villa away. The game after that, we've got Crystal Palace away. Now, them 2 games, I'll tell you something now. We're not winning both those games. We're not. So people can bang on about games in hand. I'd rather have the points in the bag, personally. So this is what I'm saying. Let's not... We always do this, Jez. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and yet Arsenal fans do it all the time. Top 4 is not in the bag. Let's get it first. And even when we do get it, Jez, who are we to look at them lot and laugh at them? Top 4, we haven't won nothing. It's not a cup. And that was where Wenger got it into our heads. When we see him doing a jig on the last day of the season on the touchline because we secured top 4. Like it was a trophy. But my argument to these fans is, if top 4 is all we're concerned with, why did you want him sacked? He was doing that for us. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like
the thing is with the thing is with Diesel. The thing is with Wenger, he treated Arsenal like it was his Arsenal, and I respect that. I respect that to a point, but it was all that.
Yeah, Christ, yeah.
Then we got sold down the road of knocking down Highbury, building the Emirates to compete with Europe's best. That was the story. Compete with Europe's best. Now, we did it once. We got to one Champions League final and lost. And, you know, fair play. I think we got cheated in that game, to be fair. But it was, the fact of the matter was, Wenger then, you know, the club lied to us. The club lied to us, saying, oh, we've got to sell this player, we've got to sell that player, we've got to sell that player, because of the costs of building the Emirates. Bullshit. It's absolute pure bullshit, because Arsenal have never, ever, ever been in the red. There's always been money behind them, and big money. You know, we're not talking like, you know, got 20 million in the bank. It's hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
If you go and look today at the bank assets at Barclays Bank of Arsenal Football Club in a reserve account,
Yeah.
it's £275 million.
What have we always been known as, Jez, over the years? The Bank of England Club, yeah? Arsenal have always been called that and known as that. Why? Because we've always had dough and lots of it. Bags of money, pots of money, right? And this is what I'm saying. This is why it really, like, over the years with Wenger, you know, used to sort of like skinflint. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, 50 million we want. All right, we'll give you 30. No, 50. All right, 33. No, 50. All right, 37.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you remember? And you get other clubs just swoop in. Would you want 50? There it is, bang. Can we have him? Go on in. Thank you. Done. Simple.
Yeah.
And we lost out on a lot of players over that. There's someone in the chat.
Suarez, do you remember that classic one?
We'd have won the league with him.
Whatever it was, we paid and £1.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about take the piss. If I'd been that footballer myself, and they'd done that to me, I'd have said, "Fuck off."
Yeah, exactly. If you owned Liverpool, Jez, and they done that cheeky quid on top, I don't want to deal with you now. You're trying to mug me off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't know the City stat. I don't know any other top club who's operated like that. It's ridiculous.
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen the likes of it. If you know, I mean, this is what Lee says. Look, if you want that player, if you've got the dollar, right? No, let me change it around. Let me change it. Right, okay. Let me change it around. Right. Okay, Diesel. Yeah. You've got a Lamborghini franchise, right? So I walk in your garage and I say, right, I like the look of that Lamborghini there. How much is it? And you say, oh, it's 220 grand.
Yeah.
And I say, well, yeah, okay. I ain't got that, mate. I'll give you 190 cash. You're going to say, mate, it's 220 grand. And I said, well, no, I've got 190 grand in a suitcase here, mate. You know, so you're going to say, there's the door, mate. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's life. If somebody is valued at 85 million, a footballer, yeah, if you want that player, then you go to that club, you make the phone call, and you say, right, I'm interested in Diesel, yeah, he's worth 85 million. I say, well, all right, okay, right. I'll tell you what I'll do. We ain't got the money up front, but I'll tell you what, we'll give you 50 mil and then we'll pay for him over his 5-year contract. And that's how we do it. Add on bonuses. You'll get this if he does this and do. That's how football clubs do business.
Yeah.
Nobody pays, right, 85 mil up front. It's done this. Yeah,
it's installments, staggered payments.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's just say for example, it's 85 million, the club's probably putting down 10, 15 million tops, and the rest over a 2-year plan or whatever. You know, but obviously it's highlighted when Arsenal do it. But obviously when it's, I mean, you look at Barcelona and the Coutinho deal. I mean, they're still paying that off. They're still paying Liverpool for that. Yeah. You know, so do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. But it's just, yeah, for me, that's what it is, Jess. Like for me, very quickly, I mean, it's just I talk all the time on here, and obviously, you know, you watch me, Jez, as well, and vice versa. And the one thing I always like, you know, bang on about, it's not just on the pitch, it's off the pitch. It's the mentality. For me, it's the mentality. You know, you got Warren here talking winning trophies, George Graham, Tony Adams. I'm used to that era. You know, I'm used to seeing a team of men. Now I'm seeing a team of boys, and I think that's the difference. I think Graham Souness said that last night on, you know, on the highlights after the game, is that Liverpool have got an average age of 28 now in their team. They look like a team of men, and I'm used to the Arsenal players back in the day where games were won in the tunnel. So like before the players are walking out, you're looking over at Adams, Vieira, Partey, Keogh, and you're thinking, oh my God, if we get a draw here, we've had a touch. You know, I'm seeing little poor teams coming to the Emirates thinking, do you know what, let's give these boys a game. You know, and I think that it's that mentality there. We don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up, right? We don't. Aston Villa away. Years ago, Aston Villa away, that's 3 points. What's the next one? Crystal Palace away. God, please, 6 points. 6 points, those two. Yeah, what's the next one? That's how it was. Not being arrogant, but that was how it was. We were that good, you know, and that's the thing. But there was also a mentality. This is why I love George Graham. People rave about Wenger, and rightly so as well. But for me, George Graham, I just love George Graham because the way the players talk about him, Jez. Oh, you know, did you do this or do that back in the day? No, you have to laugh. If George caught us doing that, oh my, do you know what I'm saying? The respect levels, even to this day, they talk about him in such high regard because he was the man. There was one governor here. That's me. Don't like it. There's the door. And that went for everyone. And I love that. But
George Graham, I mean, luckily, you know, when I was fortunate to live in Avenel Road, right opposite Highbury, at my mum and dad's house. I met George Graham as a kid. I mean, I met him like. Yeah,
I've got a picture of him when I've done the tour.
When we won the 71 double, and I met him when we did the great thing at 89. But the difference is that, as you said, it's men against boys. I mean,
yeah,
you know, Adams, Bold, Keown, Ashley Cole, you know, I could go on. So those players, they were hard bastards.
Yeah, even Bergkamp. He weren't Bergkamp. People think Bergkamp was quiet, and no, Bergkamp was an he was a dirty. When he wanted to be, he was a dirty player, wasn't he?
You know, the fact of the matter is that we just don't have that Frank McClintock, Vieira type leadership. We don't have a player like that. I mean, we have Lacazette as captain. Sorry, mate.
No,
sorry. He never talks. He never says fuck all. You know. I mean, I can remember. You know, I mean, we've all the people in the chat here have seen the likes of Vieira standing in people's faces. They've seen Adams, you know, bollocking players to their face, like, you know, literally in their face. Yeah. And giving it. I've seen, you know, I remember once Frank McClintock getting hold of John Radford at Highbury by his fucking shirt, literally like that. And giving him, like, you know, you almost thought he was going to fucking headbutt him. And he was like giving him the right big one because he cocked up. And it, you know, that's how it was. We don't have that. It's all nice.
Yeah.
It's all nice. You know, it's all pleasant. It's all happy. Let's sit down. Let's look at the daisies. You know?
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'm sorry, mate, but people need a kick in the bollocks.
Do you know what? Right, I've always said, Jez. I mean, you know, I say this all the time. All the things I love about life are slowly sinking away because when I say the term old school, I know a lot of people chuck that term about, but for me, a lot of the stuff I love were things years ago, like morals, loyalty, respect, all that sort of stuff. Men, proper men, you know, like nowadays, even at work, you know, the job I do now, you know, you've got someone messing up, you know, because of the mental health thing, and you have to you can't tell them off. You know, or you have to tell. You can't do the old-fashioned bollocking anymore. It's all you have to be nice. You got to do it in a certain way because you don't want to upset him or her. And then when they throw the mental health term, which is real, but a lot of people abuse it. Let's be honest, they do, right? Because obviously, as soon as you mention that, they have to sort of, okay, whoa, enough said. You know, it's a snowflake world. You get a medal just for competing. And I say it to these guys all the time in here. You know, for me, who's got an 8-year-old son, you know, that winning mentality. I'm not saying I win at everything I do. No, of course not. But I want to. If Johnny over there, if Johnny's the best, I want to learn from him. If I want to be the best, Jez, I've got to compete against the best. And I said it in the last stream. You'll know this. When Arsenal played Barcelona, the game with where Wilshere had the game of his life. That's around that time we had Theo Walcott, who was one of our form players. He was banging form, but he was injured for that game. And I'll never forget a pundit saying to Pep at the time, obviously in being Barca manager, how do you feel about, you know, Arsenal's in-form player, Theo Walcott, being injured? And any other manager, Jez, would have been, oh yeah, I'm buzzing because obviously that's their biggest threat. He's injured. It bodes well for us. It's great for us. You know, their top man's out. Pep was the other way. Pep was gutted. Because if we believe we're the best team, but if we want to be the best, I want to play Arsenal's best. I want to play their best. And it's that, you see little things like that. People say, oh, he's had money. That's why he's improved players. Aguero was class at Man City. He goes there, tells him about himself. You're not playing. You can play better. You've still got another 1 or 2 levels in you. You need to work harder. This is Aguero, by the way. Aguero. No other manager's saying that to him, right? 5-0 up, Man City. They make a mistake. I'm seeing this guy going mad, divvy on the touchline. And in my head, I'm thinking, you're 5-0 up, Pep. But you see, he demands perfection. So when people want to tell me about Arteta, he's won 4 or 5 games on the trot. So? I want a man like that. I want a man who's Sterling, Raheem, De Bruyne. Don't care about your name on your back. 2 or 3 bad games, you're out. You're out. I've got players who will happily come in and take your spot. Do not ever get settled in this team. Don't ever think you've made it. And he's like that. Look at Klopp. Do you know what I'm saying? Once you got Jota and Luis Diaz. Yeah? Because Mane, Salah, you're doing the business. Anywhere you stop doing the business, I've got players on the bench who are ready to take your shirt.
I've just got to tell you something here, man.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Everton-Newcastle game, I've never seen this. Some guy has just got on the pitch and chained himself to the post.
Oh, you're joking.
No.
Serious?
And he got people with bolt cutters trying to cut him off the post.
No way.
I've never seen that in my life. What the hell's going on?
That's got to be an Everton fan, surely.
I don't know. But anyway, there you go. But I just get back to a point you say about this is ridiculous. Anyway, I just want to get back to a point that you made there, right? Yeah. For Christmas, this is about winning mentality, right? It's a bit of a diversion, but it's a winning mentality. I bought my grandson and I built him this radio-controlled racing car. Now, because after school, they've got one of these, he's 8 years old. They've got these skate park places, yeah? Now, one of the teachers thought, the little kids, we'll do this car racing thing, right?
Yeah.
So I built him this thing and he learned to use it. Anyway, he went along and I went down and watched him. And a lot of the kids had these little cars and he was beating them all the time. And his teacher went up to him. My grandson come back to me crying. And I said, what's up, James? And he went, the teacher says I can't come anymore. I said, why? And he said, because this car's too good. It wins all the time. So I went up to his fucking teacher and I said to him, mate, what's your problem? Well, that car's professional. I said, well, how do you mean it's professional? I said, it's a kit that I built. And how is that unfair?
Yeah.
And he said, well, it beats all the other cars. I said, well, isn't that the point? Isn't that the point? To win? Oh, yeah, but it's upset the other kids.
See what I mean? See right there. There you have it. There you have it. And do you know what, Jez, right? Do you know what the worrying thing is for me? Me, obviously, having a child who's still in school. That is where it's starting. That's where they're learning this loser mentality. It starts from school. And we all know kids, they don't know any different, do they? We can teach them as much as we can at home. My worry is when they leave the front door. What are they being taught at school? Because they're there every single bloody day of the week. That is what I'm saying, is that it was never like that for us back in the day. You know, it was a case of you win. You know, if you don't win, you're a loser. And that's not being disrespectful or horrible, but you need to learn to win, get a taste of it. And I guarantee you'll love the taste. You'll want to do it all the time. See, now, kids, that thing in their mind, and whether I win or not, I'm getting that medal anyway. So, egg and spoon race, sports day, doesn't really matter as long as I've competed. No. See, this is what and it's a life thing. It's not just in football. We're in the age now, and I can't stand it. I'm trying to get to grips with it, Jez, and I just can't. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Well, look, you know, I mean, when I was a kid in North London, I went to quite a rough school, and you know, used to get in fights and things like that. And look, no, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fighter. I'm crap. Yeah. Now, I used to come home from school and I have a cut or something, you know, now and again, not every day, but now and again. And my dad would say to me, "What's happened to you?" I had a fight with Tommy Watkins or whatever, you know. He said, "Well, what happened?" I said, "Oh, we had a fight and everything." And he said, "Who came off worse?" I said, "Well, I did." He said, "Well, you should have fucking hit him harder."
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. Now it would be, no, tell the teacher. Go, no. Yeah. I'll tell him all the time. Listen, you will be in a situation where it's like the police, Jez, isn't it? Whenever you need one, there's never one around. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, do what you need to do. Don't worry about the teacher, because I'm backing you. As long as you got me backing you, they ain't getting through me to get to you. Trust me, that ain't happening. So you'll be in a position sometimes, it's you or him. It's do or die.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, it's do or die. That's how we were brought up. You know. It
was. I mean, I've got a scar there. You can see it. You just see a bit of it anyway.
Yeah.
That I got on Christmas Eve, 78, White Hart Lane. Arsenal won 5-0. Sunderland scored a hat-trick. And out of nowhere, we were walking back out down White Hart Lane, going back home. And out of nowhere, half a brick hit me straight in the face. Split me from there to there. And there was a major kick-off. Whatever. Now, I used to know a lot of Romans from the Arsenal gangs, if you want to call them that. I don't know. I didn't get involved, but this brick hit me in the fucking face, and I went down like a bag of shit. Yeah. But there was these guys that would basically back you up, and I wouldn't say I would never say I was personal friends with them. I knew them, I grew up with them, but they were proper naughty boys, some of them, and there was it was carnage, you know. But they always had your back, and
community in that, and it's a community, and
I'm not a big bloke, you know. I'm not a big bloke, and I'm not a fighter, but I've had to defend myself at games sometimes. Not that I want to be involved, but you know, it happens back in the day, in the 70s, the 80s. You know, we all know the stories. It was nonsense, but there was always the case where you were never on your own, if I can tell you that, because football back and communities were, as you quite rightly said, there was not a global fan base then for Arsenal. There was for Man United, because Man United were a different thing. But you know, if you you didn't have around Highbury or White Hart Lane Man United supporters or Liverpool supporters. You were either Tottenham or you were Arsenal.
Yeah.
Chelsea. You didn't have Arsenal supporters living in Chelsea.
Exactly.
You were Chelsea. You know, if you were Palace, you didn't have Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Palace. You were Palace. And that brings me on to the point that we've got Palace away.
Yep.
That is not an easy game. Now, years ago, we'd go to Palace and think, oh, well, yeah, fucking 3-0, 3-1 maybe. You know,
we've got to do is rock up, more or less. Yeah.
That's 3 points. We'll turn up. It'll be a good day out. Now, I've always said the Palace home support are some of the best you ever go to. They never shut up.
Yeah. It's yeah.
And I sit here now thinking, oh fuck me, we've got to go to Palace. That ain't. You know, they've got Vieira as their manager. They're playing some decent football.
Yeah, and he'll be gunning for us, especially us.
And you know, it's that sort of thing, Diesel, worries me because I'm no longer sitting here thinking, yeah, we go down to Selhurst Park. We'll come out there 3-0. No worries, no dramas. Good day out. You know, we'll have a banter and see you later. No, not anymore, mate. We're now looking at thinking, ooh, fucking hell. Can we nick a 2-1? Can we get a 1-0? Or are we gonna shank a 1-0 loss, 2-0 loss? Who knows? You know, it's and
no game's easy now, is it, Jez? I mean, even with Watford when we played them away. Now let's be real. We all know Watford are going down, right? But even with a game like that, Watford versus Arsenal away at their place, I look at that, and even then, years ago, who we got? Watford. Oh, who's next?
Yeah.
I'm without being rude, I would. For me, I dismiss it because that's a banker. Now I'm like, oh, my score prediction. We should win. This is a team that we're going down, by the way, and I'm sitting here going, tough. Do you know what I mean? If I was a Man City fan, away to Watford, 4-5-0, done. Liverpool, 4-5-0, done. Because it's us. You just never know what you're going to get with Arsenal. You don't. No. We still have that attitude sometimes, Jez, where it's only Watford boys. We've just got to turn up. We're going to walk it. We do have that sometimes. You know, that's where it worries me. I've got no issue in being beaten. I think this is where a lot of people, they get me mistaken a little bit. Like I come on here, as soon as Arsenal lose, I go into one. No. If we played really well yesterday, the level of performance that we all saw at Leicester, and we still got beat by the better team, you have to hold your hands up and say, look, all the boys put a shift in. They're better than us. We know that. We matched them. We tried, but the quality, it shone throughout on the day, right? The better team won it. I can't stand teams beating us, Chairs, when they don't have to be at their best. That, for me, that gets my goat more than anything else.
Yep.
A below par team beating us, and beating us comfortably, by the way. Beating us comfortably, because if Liverpool weren't at their best, the last 2 or 3 games they've not. They know how to grind a result. They know how to grind a result. They don't have to be at their best. Yeah, but there are too many teams who are coming to us, and Emirates. Arsenal don't scare anyone anymore, and I think that's where I'm getting to. So as much as people are raving about this manager and that's another thing. Odegaard being our captain next year. No. What? No, I'm not having that. I'm sorry. No. Can somebody explain to me how that man is a captain? No.
He's the next bird camp. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I don't think so.
Do you know what? Someone said that in here on the last stream I've done. Someone said that he's being mentioned in the same breath as Dennis Bergkamp. And do you know what, Jez? When I heard that, I just thought to myself, do you know what? This is why this club is done. This is why, because you're talking possibly our best ever. I mean, anyone who saw Bergkamp, lucky to see him live. The things he could do with a football, I've not seen anyone else do. He was a one-off. I've not seen a player like him since. And people want it because this guy's had a few good games against below par teams. You want to talk about him in the same breath. I did a stream on here, but Arsenal fans mugging off Thierry Henry. Now, he is our best ever Arsenal player. It's the best foreign import to ever grace the Premier League. So a lot of people say there's a debate to be had about that. And Arsenal fans are mugging him off. Why? Because he says what I'm saying, what you're saying, Jess. This fan base is gone. I'm sorry.
Because they never saw them. They never saw them. I mean, you know, I'll put it out there that the best player I've ever saw before Bergkamp and Henry was Liam Brady.
Brady. I was going to say Brady. I knew it.
That guy was a magician. I mean, at that time of football, apart from George Best, who I was very fortunate enough to see play football.
Yeah.
I only ever see him play once for Man U, but I see him play for Fulham and West Ham. But Liam Brady was just like, he was like a god. I mean, some of the things I've never seen anybody until modern times curl a football like he could.
Yeah.
And let's forget it. It wasn't with all the modern boots and the new footballs that we've got in modern football. That guy was unbelievable. And then all of a sudden, along comes years later, Dennis Bergkamp. And man, oh my God, the first time I ever saw him play at Highbury, I was like, dear God, the man's a magician. Absolute magician.
Yeah.
And then we had, of course, you know, Henry comes along. Now, the thing is, when Henry the first season Henry joined, he wasn't that great, to be fair.
No, you know what, Jez? Do you remember, right? Any Arsenal fans, sorry to just to cut you, but any Arsenal fan in the, anyone in the chat will remember this. When he came, he was that terrible, Thierry, in training. The likes of Jermaine Pennant. I'll never forget this. Jermaine Pennant even, I think he said to the manager at the time, did you keep the receipt? That came from Jermaine Pennant. Do you know what I'm saying? That's saying something.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But
the
yeah.
thing is, he was a left winger, wasn't he? And
that's it.
Wenger gradually changed him into being the striker that the world class, godlike striker he became. And I always remember the classic one when he scored his first goal against Man United. And old, what's his name? Alex Ferguson's after the after-match interview, somebody said to him about that goal. He said, that was unbelievable goal. I just hope he never scores another one like that again. And he went on and on and on and on and on. And we know the end result. But I mean, personally, in my book, if we were have a show and to talk about this and debate, I would give you my honest opinion, who I honestly think is the best Arsenal player I've ever seen. But maybe we'll keep that for another day, because that's another discussion. But yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate seeing some great games, great players, and I can talk about some great players that I've seen probably before you were born. But anyway, mate, I've got to jump.
Yeah, no, go on, Jez. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, because I want to go. I'm starving hunger. I've had nothing to eat, and as you can see, Jez, I am wasting away. So don't laugh, but no worries.
Look, I'll tell you what. Let's do another show maybe sometime, and let's talk about some Arsenal greats, something like that.
It's like one mind, me and you, Jez. I was just about to say that. Yeah, I'm up for that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. No, whenever you're ready, mate. Next week or week after,
yeah,
whenever you're ready.
Well, mate, I'm pretty much retired, really. I do work now and again, but I don't do a lot. But so I'm around. Jump on, have a chat, and we'll have a discussion about maybe some old players from back in the times and current. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know what? I did this very quickly. One of the best streams I ever did, one of my favourite ones. You know, when you do your all-time, not just Arsenal, but Premier League, you know, your all-time top 11. And I love doing them because it's so varied and different. No one
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, I love that. We can, we do both. I don't mind.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Let's see if we can get Kenny on, because he's always good for that.
I want to get Kenny on for that. He couldn't come on tonight, guys. I did reach out, but I think he's out tonight. So I will get him on at some point very soon, probably next week or the week after with Jez. We'll do that stream for everybody. But Jez, listen, mate, legend.
He's got an encyclopedia brain of football, that man.
Oh, big time. Oh, you two together. God, I need some. I wish I had Claude here. I don't know, I have half a chance. Rest in peace. But yeah. No, nice one, mate.
I've got to jump.
Nice one. Cheers, Jez.
We'll catch up next week, maybe, Bo. Yeah?
Nice one. Thanks for coming on, mate. All the best, yeah?
And, before I go, thank you for inviting me on, mate. It's been great.
No, anytime. Anytime, mate. Love you.
And big up the chat. Big up the chat.
Lovely.
Take care, man.
Cheers, mate. Wish you well, yeah? All the best.
Arteta, get out, you prick.
Get out. Come on. Love it. Brilliant. We've got Shammy D. Big up yourself, Shammy. Hope you're well, mate. Craig Malloy. Yes. See that? It's like Bonnie and Clyde, isn't it? Me and Jez. You know, we work. We just work together. I love it. I love that guy. It's brilliant. Talks real. I love people who just talk facts. They don't care who it upsets. They don't care if they rock the boat. They don't care if they're judged. Doesn't matter. Yeah. With all due respect, it's all about telling the truth, speaking your mind. Speak the truth. It's as simple as that. AJ, amazing. Diesel and Jez Collins, thank you for a great show. Thank you very much. You guys, I think I could see by the notifications on my phone, a few of you have subscribed to me in the last 10, 15 minutes. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Static, you came back. Come on. Love it. Very, very nice. Chris Davidson, fantastic stream, lads. Loved it. Please smash the likes and subscribe. Jez, you was class, talking facts. How lovely is this bloke? He's a top guy, isn't it? I love Jez, honestly. I said to you guys when I started this, I need to try and get Jez on. So yeah, hopefully he enjoyed it as well. And obviously we'll do another one going forward. And I want to try and do that very, very soon. Okay. But was it 570? Yep. Okay, that'll do. Nice one. It was only a couple of weeks ago. I was on 400. So yeah, it's growing. Very nice. Lovely, jubbly. What are we all doing now? We all going to bed now? What are we doing? Listen, guys, before I go, I've got to say this. Don't judge me. But I've got to say it. So, you know, obviously you guys know I'm a massive TV fan. I'm a massive TV addict. I love my films. I love my series. I love my movies, right? However, I was on Netflix the other day and I thought to myself, do you know what? I don't know what it is. I love my films, but lately I've been getting into series. I like a series, something. Do you know what I mean? Well, it captures me, right? And Our House, I mentioned that to you guys the other day on the stream. I've completed that now. That was absolutely brilliant. Anyone who's not seen that, Our House, watch that, right? Watch that. Trust me. Thank you, GT Playboy. Love you. So yeah, watch that. But also, I am a bit of a reality TV person as well. I can't help it. So I was on Netflix and I saw that everyone keeps on talking about Love is Blind. So I thought, do you know what? It's trashy American stuff in it. But I thought, no, do you know what? Because everyone talks about it. Everyone said to me, oh, you got to watch it. It's really good. So I thought, I've always stayed away from it. But I don't know if you guys are like me. I spend more time searching for something to watch than what I do actually watching stuff, right? It's mad. So I come across it and I thought, let me just watch one episode and just see what it's like, right? Guys, I completed it last night. Last 2 nights I've been watching. I've just been watching back to back to back to back. I've been smashing it out of the park. I loved it. I can't help it. I loved it. Love is Blind. You're talking to this. So the guys are talking to the girls through a wall. So you can't see them. You can't see each other. And what they're trying to establish is, can you love someone without ever seeing them or meeting them? Right. So obviously you talk day after day. So that you're there. You got a wall that separates you from the girl, and you're talking, getting to know each other, and all of that sort of nonsense, right? And then obviously it comes to a point where you ask them to marry you, like you propose, the girl or the guy, and it's up to them whether they say yes or no. Then what you do is obviously you eventually see each other. Now, these couples, what makes me laugh is, right, you got the guy standing there waiting for the double doors to open. You got the girl on the other side waiting for the double doors to open, and they both open at the same time, and then they look at each other, and they run to each other as if to say, oh my God, you're just as I expected. Absolute rubbish, because a lot of these couples, right, they give it all that. Right, I guarantee you now, if that was a Caribbean, because I've seen this, I always wanted a Caribbean blind date. You remember like blind date years ago, yeah, where like you see the girl and you think, oh, but you can't say that. You don't want to be rude. So, see like the Caribbean ones, right? They just make it known, yeah. What is this? Move! I'm telling you now, we need that. We need that. But anyway, right, so they ran to each other. Oh, my God, you're just as I expected. Oh, my God, you're so nice. You're gorgeous. Oh, it just makes you, listen, you're just hungry and you're thirsty. It's as simple as that, yeah? Because they do all that. And then as the show progresses, they start having little arguments and stuff like that. It just makes me laugh. Like, you basically don't fancy him. Come on, be honest. You don't, right? It's honestly, it's funny. You got to watch it. I know the Americans, like, they're just, it's all very OTT. But I'm on the second series now, so I'm watching that. I like the concept. It reminds me of, we used to have something like that over here called Dating in the Dark. Do you remember that? So I like the concept of it. I do like the concept. There was 2 couples actually who did get married, and they're still together now, I think. So yeah. But yeah, if you like stuff like that, yeah, then give it a watch. I just find it funny. Right, I think it's time to wrap up now, guys. Jeff Cross, I'm going to watch some In-Betweeners, Bus Wankers. Great. Oh, Joe, I love it. We all know. Do you know what, right? Do you know what I love about that, Jeff? Those group of boys, we all know boys like that. Like, we all grew up with boys like that. Like Jay, right? Always lying about birds and stuff, yeah? I know so many guys like him, like Jay. I'm telling you now. Right, you know when you lie, you know, we all know guys who lie about birds. You know, yeah, I slept with about 20 girls in a week. All right, mate, of course you did. You don't even get that here, right? But obviously, you expect me to believe you went on holiday and you got 20 girls in the space of 5-6 days. No, even I couldn't do that. Even me. And if I couldn't do it, there's no way you could. But anyway, but because you know he's lying, obviously you don't want to mug him off, do you? So you just like make out you believe him, right? We all know someone like a Jay, and he's my favourite character, by the way. He's also the filthiest as well. Do you know what? I might even watch a bit of that in a minute. So thank you, Jeff. Thank you for the idea. Popped in my head. Thanks a lot, Diesel. Keep your eyes on the skies. Warren, me and you, we need to talk about doing the paranormal stuff. So I shall message you in a bit. And then obviously, yeah, we'll get something sorted. Yeah, we talk about it. Let's actually do it. Yeah, Chris Davidson, top boy. Yep, mate. Yep, I've set my notification. So yeah, as soon as that gets on there, mate, I get something pinged to me, bing, and that's it. I'm watching it. Bang. See, Joanne's watched it. Yep, Joanne, it was good, was it not? Come on, I know you loved it. Right, 41 likes. Thank you very much. Gunaresh, am I right? You've started your own channel, haven't you? I'm sure you have. Have you messaged me on Insta? I'm sure it's you. If you have, put your channel in the comments now. Yeah, and I'll promote it for you. I'll wait. Go on. I'll wait. I'm starving, but as it's you, I'm going to wait because I'm hungry. All right. Okay, we all help each other here. So I will wait patiently. Helicopter school. Top Boy is just 3 hours away. Oh, do you think it's going to come on at midnight then? Yeah, is that how it works on Netflix? I don't know. I'll wait until tomorrow. But if that comes on at 12, I will stay up for that. I will stay up. So yeah, let me know. Guendouzi, are you still here with us? Are you here? No? Okay, might have gone. Right, guys. So thank you very much. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna munch. I'm starving, and I'm gonna wait for Top Boy. So I'm gonna be up until midnight. Ah! Oh God! Right, I'm off. Big up for everyone who watched. Thank you very much. Please don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for the people who liked it on Twitter, but you need to retweet. Remember, I said this to you last week. Don't tell me you forgot. So please retweet. Get the word out there. It's growing very nicely. We want to continue that growth, don't we? Lovely. Thank you very much. And also, massive big up to Jez as well. Jez Collins, absolute legend. I could talk to Jez all night, but unfortunately we can't do that because we both be shattered. So, but he will be on very, very soon as well, coming on again. And also Kenny Ken as well. And we'll have a couple of right good streams. Yeah, we'll have a laugh as well. Yeah, keep it light-hearted. Yeah, and keep it good. Keep it flowing. That's what it's all about. And look, I finished that. Look, done. Look. Boom! See? Come on. See? Now I need food to soak it up. Now I'm going. Right, guys. Love yous. Thank you very much. Wish you well. Love and guidance. Blessings. Bless up. Arteta.